One of the most devastating things that can happen over the course of your retirement is, of course, losing your spouse. I think about my own wife. We've been married 23 years, and I can't imagine a life without her. All of the joy, all of the memories are often built with her. But, there's something that I can do to really help the situation. There are a couple of strategies that often go overlooked, and it's probably decisions that you can make earlier in the process. In other words, these are things that you can think about, not just after the spouse has passed away, but sometimes decades before that happens. The first of these is to really consider an optimal Social Security claiming strategy. Now, what I'm thinking about here is that when one spouse passes away, the remaining spouse is going to hold on to the higher of two Social Security benefits. So if the spouse number one is making a number and the spouse number two is making a bigger number, it doesn't matter which one passes away, we're going to go with the bigger number as a continuing benefit. So one of the things that we often encourage is the delay of claiming of Social Security to age 70 if the rest of the plan can withstand that. What are we trying to do with it? Well, we're trying to maximize what that Social Security benefit is so that there is a higher guaranteed income after the death of the first spouse. Since we know that higher income is going to be the one that continues, it's often important for us to make that number as big as possible so that when one spouse has passed away, we have a nice size income that's going to continue after that spouse is gone. The second thing to think about is there's often some element in a financial plan around income in which we are creating some form of guaranteed income. So after you retire, you're really creating your own paycheck because you're no longer working where they're sending you a paycheck. And you want to make sure that that paycheck is consistent, reliable, and often it's going to last a very long time. Well, one of the things that you can think about is creating a check of a guaranteed income that is actually going to continue across both lives. So rather than thinking about it as a private pension that you're creating for one spouse, you want to think about it as a private pension that you've elected to continue for both spouses. The way that this is going to benefit you is after that first spouse has passed away, you'll have the two things working in your favor, that higher Social Security and that guaranteed income continuing on after the death of the first spouse. If you think about these two overlooked strategies when you do your initial financial planning, you can often take care of some really negative consequences that happen after the first spouse dies, which is a big impact to their income. So if you're thinking about what's to do so that that other spouse has a continued quality of life at a really high level, consider claiming Social Security at the highest level and consider creating guaranteed income that lasts for both lives as you do your financial planning in retirement.